All right, we're out here on the Aussie impoundments, Queensland, New South Wales, even down in Victoria, chasing yellow belly bass, all those native species. This is one of the most deadly techniques that you can use, and it's super simple. I'm gonna teach you how to do it right now. And it's basically vertical jigging. Yellow belly and bass, it's an absolute killer on. And what I'm doing is getting around structure. So this is a really good technique on suspended fish and fish on the bottom. So what I'm actually doing is just moving the trolling motor around. I'm checking out 360 in my 2D and I'm looking for underwater structure. That's the best stuff, the stuff you can't see with your eyes. You want to be looking at your graph so you're fishing a tree or something that hasn't had that much pressure. That's where the real big ones are going to be. And so I'm just moving around, keeping an eye on my graph, on my sounder, and then once I see some fish around it or I see a piece of structure, you can either count it or you can measure it. So I can drop it if I think they're at 15 and I know it sinks so many seconds or so many feet per second. I'm gonna count to 4, 5, click it over, and then I'm gonna start this short, sharp rip technique. This also works with plastics. You can just drop it down and slow wind up and down the tree. But this short, sharp, fast twitch with a blade, things like that, is absolutely deadly. And then if it's on the bottom, or I want to measure it too, you can get the bait, lift your rod to 15 feet, click your bail arm over, let it sink, and now you're sort of on the strike zone. The best is if they're on the bottom. That's the easiest way. You can just let it sink. Once that braid stops on the bottom, you know you're on the bottom, you're in around the strike zone. Now I can keep it there and I can use these short, sharp twitches. And the key with this is you're not pulling the bait away from the fish. Yellow belly and bass can be funny if that bait moves away and they're in the mood, they're not gonna continually chase it. They're gonna give up and head back. Vertically jigging keeps it in their face and in the strike zone for the whole time. And I can just move around, keeping that bait right in where those fish are sitting. And it's the best way to get a ton of bites. It's a ton of fun. Light spin gear is definitely the best. I love a 2.5 or 3,000 size. Vanford is perfect. Usually up my braid to 10 pound. 10 pound braid with a 10 to 12 pound leader. When you're around these trees, you got a chance of a really big bass or a giant yeller, and they're gonna pull you down into that tree, and you just need that little bit extra on the braid and the leader to get them out of there. So beautiful little spin, nice and easy, nice and light in the hand, and I can just sit here and work that bait all day. Beautiful smooth reel. I like the 3000 because it's got a nice pickup, catches up to that braid. I can fight that fish out. See if we can catch a couple. Got him, got him. Another big one, dude. He's got me wrapped. Another big one. Come out of there. Get out of there, son. Oh, come on. I know. Oh, come on. Oh, I still feel him on there. He's got to kick off. Oh, I got him. I got him. Yeah, big yeller. We were talking about, oh, he's still towing me. And these yellers in the trees. Nice yeller. Nice. There you go. Ultra smooth drag is super important when it comes to landing them in the trees. Beautiful yeller. Awesome colors. That's vertical jigging with spin gear around structure. And you heard me saying 10 pound braid, 10, 12 pound leader. That just helped me. Like, yellers aren't known as hard fighters, but when you get them around structure like that on light gear, they're an absolute ton of fun and they pull hard. And he had me stitched up a couple times and I just kept that smooth pressure on it, smooth drag of the Vanford, and I kept those hooks pinned and he came out. Because there's no trebles on there, I was able to just weave him through the top of that timber. Beautiful fish. All right, buddy, thank you. Off he goes. Nice.